everyone, guys. Welcome back to another episode of recreating F1 2021 in F1 2016 mobile. So, if you already haven't checked out the previous episode, the link will be in the description below, as well as you can click on the top right hand side. So, previous episode was the Bahrain Grand Prix, the first race of the season, and it was a pretty good one for us because we came in second behind Hamilton. The last few laps, the tire wear was horrendous, so couldn't really overtake him. But the thing was, Rosberg didn't score any points. He came actually second last. We actually lapped him. So Red Bull is then first, not Mercedes. So our main goal is currently being accomplished because our main goal is to get Red Bull ahead of Mercedes, and the secondary is to beat Hamilton and come and win the drivers. And for this episode, we'll be racing in the Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Barcelona. So this is a pretty smooth circuit. I really like it. And I'll be doing the practice off camera. So let's get into qualifying. So as we move on to Q1, it really shouldn't be a problem moving to Q2 because our car is pretty good. And we're gonna go on soft tires because the soft tires compound uh and we're gonna be using a top speed setup because well our car is pretty downforcey, pretty draggy the Red Bull is. But I just spoke like Yoda there, but I don't know why. But it is pretty draggy, so I think we should go for a top speed setup so we can get that top speed. And I'm pretty sure it still isn't fast enough on the straights compared to the Mercedes, so still shouldn't be a problem getting into Q2. So as we come through the last couple of corners of our lap and we go fastest of all in Q1. So you can see our car is pretty good with the race pace on one lap pace on this circuit. And our teammate also makes it through Q1. I mean, it was obvious he's in a Red Bull, which was pretty strong back then. And we come start at, and what is this? Perez just comes out of nowhere and hits us while we're starting a lap. So well, not good for him because we're gonna chase him down right now. So as we open DRS and cross the finish start line to start our first flyer in this race, in this qualifying, and I forgot to tell you guys, we are actually taking the brand new Turn 10, which was implemented in this year's Spanish Grand Prix, which has just been wider the second one. So we're actually taking that, not the other one which is in this game. So that actually brings us at a disadvantage because we can't really defend. And I'm not sure if that actually makes us faster or slower, but I really struggled in qualifying, like to put a lap in. As you can see, we move on and only 14. So you can see we do lose a lot of time on that corner. So we did go for another lap as we come through and we go a little bit wide on the last corner right there. So this lap was pretty good. So it should be a good time and make us into Q3. And yeah, we go fastest of all again in Q2. So you can see our pace is really good. One lap pace is really good. And our teammate makes it through in P4. So pretty good for him. And we will be moving on to Q3 and our pace is looking really good in one lap. And what is it is like in the race, we actually don't know. So now we move on to Q3, and a lot of people have actually been knocked out, including Button. Well, the McLaren wasn't really that good there. And Magnussen actually made it into Q2, so surprising right there. And as you can see, Rosberg is on pole. Not right now, but when we go, we'll see as we go out for our one and only lap or even two laps in Q3 on a pair of softs. So we can hope that we can actually get pole position. We were fastest in Q1 and Q2. So we are favorites for getting pole in this race. And but that corner really screws it up because it's also really bumpy because it's actually not part of the circuit in the game. So if we actually took the real corner which is in the game, it wouldn't be as bumpy as it is the corner which has been used in the turn 10 used in 2021. So as we come through the final few corners, hoping we can actually get on to pole. So let's see what it is, and we stay in 10. So it's, yeah, as you can see, that corner is really horrendous for us. We lose so much time that we didn't gain even one position in Q3. So we are behind a Force India, a Williams. So you can see our rival Hamilton is way ahead of us. So we are gonna go for another lap and let's see where we can be. As we come to the end of our second lap in Q3, we can hope that we can get into pole, but we should be pretty good here because always the second lap on the circuit is pretty good as we come through and we are second. We are still ahead of Hamilton as we split both Mercedes through the middle. So pretty good lap for us. I'm not actually going to go for another lap because I don't really think I can improve on that because Rosberg has obviously set a faster time than he did in Q1 and Q2. So as you can see, Hamilton is third, Rosberg is first. Our teammate though is qualified in fourth. So yeah, really good for him because last race also he was looking really fast. So we can hope that he can actually get some really good points for our team. So now I think we should let's get into the race. Now, obviously, Rosberg's on pole and we are second ahead of Hamilton. And our strategy is going to be a stint on soft tires and another stint on mediums for 10 laps and soft on 7 laps. Aerodynamics is going to be same as we go to 5 red lights and it's lights out for the Spanish Grand Prix. We are on second row on the grid and we get a decent start off the bat. But Rosberg gets away well and then we get good traction and we overtake him on the straight. So you can see that top speed setup coming in clutch. As we go to turn one, we come out in one piece. So we have already made our way into first position in a matter of two turns. So really good for us because now we are two places ahead of Hamilton, and I'm pretty sure our teammate is in P4 still. I don't think he lost any positions right there. So as you can see, we are actually pulling away from them as they are fighting a lot. So this is really good for us for the championship for our team, as that means that we'll stay in first. Red Bull will stay in first, and we'll maybe overtake Hamilton in the drivers' championship if we come in first. So you can see that we are still pulling away from them. I don't know how we are doing that. Maybe our setup is just too good. But as you will see, right here we are going to take the new turn 10. So we go wide, not we are not turning there. As you can see that bumpy right in the beginning of that new turn, there's some kind of bump which slows us down a lot. That would have been smooth if this was actually implemented in the game, but it's not. So it's actually not smoothened out and it's really bumpy, which slows us down a lot as we come through the final few corners. I'm getting a lot of voice cracks today for some reason. And we are still in first at the end of lap one. We have gained one position as we put in the fastest lap. So, and we are actually pulled a gap of 2 seconds to Rosberg, and Hamilton has been overtaken by Raikkonen. So, pretty good for because that means that we'll gain even more points to Hamilton as we move a few laps after, and we are facing a lot of tire wear. And Rosberg has actually managed to catch to us as we take a perfect apex of the new turn 10. But that means we still lose a lot of time, and we're side by side with Rosberg. He squeezes us into the grass and he overtakes us. So as you did see that we lose a lot of time if we are actually fighting someone through that corner. We can't defend at all as we try and go for a dive, but he just defending so much. So we have already lost a position, and Hamilton has re-overtaken Raikkonen, and he is not that much behind as we have DRS open and we have the slipstream, and we overtake Rosberg. You can see how fast we are, and we are only reaching 220 miles per hour. Generally, in a Mercedes with this setup, you'll reach around 229. So we still have almost a 10 mile per hour gap to Mercedes. The Honda engine, I think they had a Honda engine or Renault. I'm not sure in 2016, but this year they have a Honda and Mercedes obviously makes their own engines. But Rosberg is still managing to keep up to us as he's right above gearbox. As we go through that turn 10, we have to defend somehow, but we can't because we're actually taking a wider line. And obviously, I'm doing that because we're actually recreating the 2021 season in this game. But we've still managed to keep our position right there. We're still in the lead of the race, surprisingly. I really thought we'll lose our position right there, but I guess we were quick enough through that new turn 10 and we actually managed to keep our position through, but we're still facing a lot of tire wear and we should be coming in the next lap. So we are still managing to pull away from Rosberg and Hamilton as they are fighting each other for second. I don't think there are any team orders, so they'll still keep fighting which gives us the advantage as we move on to the turn 10 in the next lap. This lap, we should be pitting but we are facing a lot of tire wear, so we go a little bit of wide and we lose our position to Rosberg, and we have lost the lead of the race right where I thought we would, and we go wide, and Hamilton is on the inside, and we have lost two positions in a matter of what, one corner, two corners, as Vettel is now pressurizing us. But we are gonna pit this lap, and we are gonna go for the undercut on Rosberg and Hamilton. Hopefully, we can get it on one of those, but we are still not that much behind, so we really shouldn't see that much of an undercut as we are going to the pair of medium tires for the next 10 laps. So we can just hope we have a quick pit stop and those medium tires really work out for us. But the tire wear here is surprisingly quite high. Even though it didn't show up on my heads up display on the top right, the tires were really, really cooked. I don't know why it didn't show it there, as we have a little bit of a slow pit stop, but we really should have a good one because in real life they are getting all those DHL fastest pit stop awards. So as we move on, we are in P11 right behind Paris. So we should be able to overtake all the cars down like back markers really quickly because we're really quick around the circuit. But that corner really messes me up every single time I go through it. So as we have a lot of laps to still go. We have 10 laps to go. So anything can happen in a matter of 10 laps. You never know. So we are catching up to Perez a little bit. He has managed to pull away from us because our tires are well really cold. As you see me go wide right there. As we go to the end of the lap number 8, our out lap, as Perez comes in and everybody who was ahead of us right now comes in, and Hamilton has pitted. I'm pretty sure. Yes, he has. Has he? No, he has not. So he actually has. So we have actually managed to undercut Hamilton, as you saw on the top left hand side. He was in 10th place. So he's actually, even Vettel has managed to overcut him. I don't know what has happened because Vettel was behind us and we were in third. Vettel was in fourth, and now Hamilton is in 10th. As we see Haryanto over here, we need to overtake him as quickly as we can if we have to catch Rosberg. No idea where he is. As you can see, Perez didn't pit. We go wide right there. So Haryanto is really throwing me off right there, and the dirty air is also there. So we go wide and go into the gravel, but we still have to catch him as soon as possible so we can win this Grand Prix and get Red Bull some really good points. I'm not sure where our teammate is in, as we have DRS and we go for the on the right and he squeezes us into the grass. We have nowhere to go and we lose a little bit of our. We actually lost completely our left front wing. So what was Haryana thinking right there? I think that was a race line for him because he was taking the old corner, but as we were taking the new one, we had to brake late. And I really didn't have anywhere to go. I really didn't think he would go on the right hand side and squeeze us out. As you can see, it's affecting our downforce level quite a bit as we go wide on that last corner. So now we have to see what we can do here because well, it's been horrendous because we have lost a little bit of our front wing and I'm not going to pit again and we still have a long way to go in this Grand Prix. As we come to the end of lap number 10 and I think everybody should have pitted by now. Yes, I think so. Yeah, Haryanto has pitted as we pass him and we should be in P3 or 2. Yeah, we are in 3. And Perez, has he pitted? I'm not sure. As we see Wehrlein, Pascal Wehrlin, who is our teammate in our career mode season. So pretty good race for him. I am not sure if he has pitted or not as Vettel overtakes him. And Perez is in P2. So no, I am not sure where he got that from. I think he still hasn't pitted. He is on the hard compounded tire, I guess. I'm not sure. But if he has pitted, then it's a really good race for him. And we go wide on the gravel, as you can see that front wing really coming into play. We have literally so much understeer, which we really shouldn't have on a Red Bull. As you can see, I have to brake so early, and now the new corner is gonna be so horrendous that we might actually lose our undercut to Vettel or even Hamilton. So this has been horrible for us as we see Perez comes in for his pit stop. And I wonder who is behind Vettel. I think it's Hamilton who is in fourth place. As we see me encountering some back markers in that turn. And as we go through this turn, I think we lose our position as we have so much understeer because of our damaged front wing. And it's Kvyat who is behind Verstappen. So not behind Vettel now, behind us now because Vettel overtook us. As you saw, it's so bad as we go so wide. The understeer, we have literally no grip on this car. It's so hard to drive. I don't think we'll even able to get some points. We should be, but as you see, I have to cut that corner just to make it, just to stay on the track. So you can see the car is so bad around the corners. So as we see, I think Kvyat came into the pits, and Vettel has managed to pull a 2 second gap in a matter of one sector. So you can see how slow we are, and it's Wehrlin in fourth now. What is happening? So Hamilton is way behind us. He's, I don't know what, P5, P6, maybe even out of the points. So this could be a really good race for us if we can defend against Berlin, which shouldn't really be that much of a problem if we were taking their turn 10, which was in this game, and not the 2021 season turn 10, which is much wider than what the original turn 10 was. I saw I went into the gravel while turning in from coming on the exit of that turn 10. So you can see our car is horrendous, and as we see, Hamilton is in P5. So it could have been a really good race for us if we haven't lost that front wing. And now it's just been so bad. I think we'll still have the lead in the constructors. I'm not sure. But as you see, there's a Manor MRT in the podium positions. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's the last lap, so he's not pitting. I'm not even sure if he actually pitted this whole race, or maybe he did, but Berlin is so quick around this track today. I don't know what, he's on steroids or something, but he's so quick. And he should actually be thankful to his teammate, because his teammate was the one who actually made us lose our front wing, and all we can do in this race is defend against Hamilton. Even if we can like manage to do that, I think we'll be able to defend against Hamilton. And what a race for a Maynard RT on a podium, even if so it's only third, as we come home in fourth place. Not the worst place, but if our teammates actually scored some good points, we could actually still have the lead in the constructors. Where is our teammate? So it's Vettel in second. No surprise, he was in second. And Mina Amati. I mean, I can't speak anything. I can't say anything. Like, I never expected a Maynard in podium positions ever in this game. So where is our teammate? He's down in 11th. I think so. Yeah, and Nico Hulkenberg is last for some reason. And our teammate is down in 11th. He scored 0 points. That means I am pretty sure we lost our lead in the constructors. And drivers, we never had the lead. And we are down to third. Vettel has come out of nowhere. I think he was on the podium last race. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. And we are down to third in the constructors too. Ferrari and Vettel coming out of nowhere. I'm like, this race has just gone from bad to worse. I mean, but it's so amazing that Wehrlein in MRT, the worst car on the grid, has managed to reach so far. Anyways, I mean, their team scored 1 point as a whole in real life. So what can I say? This race was just, I have no words for it. This race went from good to great to bad to the worst race ever. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. We need to reach 2000 by the end of the year. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace.